like to see how I got this 1940s inspired makeup look, please continue watching. Fresh faced, washed, eyebrows are shaved, moisturised, everything is ready to go. To start off for my eyebrows, I'm going to be using this Made by Mitchell angle brush, and then this very old 24G Morphe palette that I had. Actually it might be my sister's, I'm not gonna lie. I'm using this shade here. As you can see, look how old this palette is, genuinely. But you know, you've got to get your money's worth. Using this one, and then straight on the brows, literally straight on. This is just how I do it, always have done. I've always loved eyeshadow for eyebrows for some reason, always been my thing. Now you've got these filled in, brush it out with a spoolie. As you can tell, mine is so old. But like I say, I really don't like getting rid of things very much. Might do a mend in that kind of sense. I like to use stuff until it's on its last legs if needs be. I'm using the e.l.f. makeup mist and set spray and a very old beauty blender as per usual. I just spray that on there to give it a bit of moisture. Some people like to spray it with water or whatnot, but so I let that set so the sponge can like soak it up a little bit, and then with this teeny tiny Made by Mitchell angle brush and the Maybelline Fit Me concealer in, do we know what shade it is, 20, I'm going to be using that to carve my brows. Over the top as well. Repeat on the other side. Obviously, with this being a 40s look, the brows have to be skinny brows. Now onto foundation. I'm using the Bourjois, I think that's how you say it, French, Bourjois Paris Healthy Mix. One of them is shade 53 and shade 20, so I'll be mixing these. And blending that all in. Next, to give the face a bit of shape, I am going to be concealing with the same concealer as earlier. All you want to be doing is hitting light spots where you want the light to hit your face. Oh, my nose looks a bit wonky now. And then blend all of that in. To set it all, I am using literal baby powder. This is something I have been doing since I was like 14. I'm 22 now. But to be honest, I mean, the 40s look needs an extremely matte base anyway. I'll just do these bits. Forehead, under eyes, chin. Then with a big fluffy brush, brush it all off, blend it out. Now back to my trusty palette. I'm going to be using this, again, you can see one of the most used colours in the palette. Taking a tiny little fluffy brush from Made by Mitchell, just doing my nose contour. Obviously this wouldn't have been done in the 40s, but we can make exceptions, modern exceptions. Don't mind this here, just blend that out. Blend back out with the beauty blender. Use this big Made by Mitchell brush, and I'm going to use her to contour with the same shade. Again, cheekbones only lightly though, forehead, I do under the jawline as well. Oh, I'm so hot in this jacket, wow. This larger fluffy brush, sorry they don't have numbers on them or names I suppose, this Made by Mitchell brush. I am going to be using this brown here just on my lids. Eyeshadow was quite light in the 40s. That is literally all. Repeating on the other eye. Then with a different brush from the set, going to be using this one, and then this real deep red. Blow that out because you don't want to be too red. even though rouge was massive in the 40s. Now we can add highlight, and also I'm going to set my nose. I'm going to use the powder again, the baby powder, just to make it look a little straighter down both sides and a little bit underneath, just to make that look a bit shorter, because I don't know why I always feel like that bit under my nose looks so long. Prepare for my raggedy ass sleek, oh no, sorry, it's not sleek, it's Revolution X Soph. It was like a collaboration back in the day, highlighter palette. This is at least 6 or 7 years old. Both of these palettes are, I'm not gonna lie to you all. Like I say, get all of your worth out of it. So for highlight for my nose and the inner corner and the eyebrow bone, I'm going to be using this little thingy here. Then I just dabble in the ones around, because there's barely any in the left in the colour that I actually use. And then straight down the bridge of my nose. And of course the tip, you cannot forget the tip, because that's what makes your nose look skinny. Next, inner corners. I must brow bone. I've got to say, this is 40s inspired, just because people obviously wouldn't have been using highlighter or whatnot back then, concealer, etc. It would have very much been a case of pancake or pan stick for foundation, then a compact to set it, then rouge, which is your blush, possibly mascara, and red lipstick. It was pretty simple. So with this a bit flatter of a brush, I'm going to use this again, the same ones, just mix it all in. Mix it all together. Honestly, and like this, you can see this is how you can do this look on such a low budget, because these are so old. They weren't exactly expensive when I first bought them, but they've really lasted long, which is fabulous. Ooh, is that a bit too light? A bit much, that is. Okay, maybe the highlight is looking a bit much. I need to wipe that away. Spread it out a little to stop it looking as much. It's looking a bit 2025 instead of 1945. I haven't done my chin, I forgot. Just kind of dab that out, because I feel like it's a bit in your face for back in the day. And now away with the powder. Next we have mascara. Prepare for the ugly mascara face. You know how it goes, top, bottom, top, bottom. Your challenge for me now is trying to put on these eyelaw eyelashes. I literally wear eyelash extensions every day of the week, so it's been a while since I last put on strip lashes, but we can try. I'm using this Eye Candy eyelash glue. Wow, getting that out was hard. Gonna let that sit and dry for like 30 seconds. Forgot to mention earlier, the mascara that I used is the Manhattan Cosmetics Super Size False Lash Look. Okay, so one is on and it is time to repeat. So now that these are on, I'm just going to take a bit of mascara to clean up the lash line. She's looking a little messy here. I'm going to line my lips with this dark red Technique pencil. So I'm going to be using this Primark PS Luster lipstick in the shade Salsa for that classic look. And that is the final look complete. I hope you've all enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, comment, and I hope I will see you next time. Thank you for watching.